I'm an engineer, a scientist, I'm curious. The world is vibrational, the whole entire universe is vibrational. Using the example of, let's say, a guitar. You have a string on a guitar, and when you pluck that string, it vibrates. And a few minutes later, it stops. What is the nature of reality of Abraham, of this vibration? What is it that's actually vibrating? And what is it that plucks it to cause it to vibrate? And, on and on.
Good. We want to clarify something because it will make the rest of the explanation fit into place better for you. We want to say to you that once you pluck that string, it never stops vibrating. Okay. But your ability to discern it is limited.
Okay.
And that's really an important piece here, because the reason that you can hear is because you're translating the vibration, and that translation in and of itself is limited. In other words, this is really good. Can you feel how good this is? So let's go back to the plucking of the string on the guitar. And the question that you ask around that is really important too. The string is plucked, and we'll talk about who's plucking it. The string is plucked, and in a vibrational setting, in the way we're talking about it, that string is plucked by attention to it. So in this case, it's a manifestation. It's the grid filling in with action. But there's more string plucking going on in a vibrational sense because of thoughts that are being thought. That's what's going on. When you think a thought, that string was already vibrating. The thought was already vibrating. It wasn't non-vibrating. It was vibrating. Otherwise, you couldn't have thought it. So when you think that thought, you add impetus to the vibration of the string. Ooh, don't you like that? That's why we say you get what you think about, and it's also what we mean when we say choose those things that you want to reverberate to the boundaries of the universe and give your attention to those, because anything that you give your attention to is activated by your attention to it. Ooh, such good information to know. So it makes you want to give more of your attention to those big core strings that are vibrating all the time, that the basis of the universe is benefiting from, that the earth in its spinning in its orbit and all of its physics and laws that you are understanding so well, that's what that's about, that core vibration.
I think it was last week on CNN, I guess it was one of the PBS channels, there was a quantum physics discovery, and they found what they think is the smallest particle in the universe. And it's behaving as if that smallest particle is completely filled with vibrating strings inside.
Of course it is.
And that's
exactly what we were expressing back to you. You said, I plucked the string and I heard it for a while and then it stopped. And we said, no, it didn't. You just didn't have the ability to hear it.
I see. So
and that's exactly what they have just discovered. They should have asked us before.
Okay, that's great. Why would someone create a physical being in the squalor of, let's say, the black hole of Calcutta, where they know they're going to die in 2 days, they're going to be in pain, they have complete poverty, versus someone who would want to be, a prince or a princess? I mean, one is really desirable to create, and one seems it wouldn't be.
You could ask an even broader question. Why would source energy consciousness focus in an ant or an amoeba or a fish and not a human?
It's just where it is.
It's because there's interest and value in all of it. And that source energy consciousness is not limited by only one perspective. And all of it adds to the whole. In other words, it would be a very difficult thing for you as humans. In fact, it's good that you don't do it because you would mess it up badly. It's good that you are not the ones who get to determine the priority of where source should put its attention. Because it all adds to the whole. So we promise you that when source is focused through the fish or through the dragonfly or through whatever it is, creature that you've decided to focus upon in the moment, source is having a glorious physical experience in that focusing. The dynamics of this delicious time-space reality. There's consciousness and energy everywhere. And humans have such a distorted view as they put man at the top of the food chain where he belongs, but when they put him at the top of the energy chain, when they put him at the top of the happy chain, when they put him at the top of the productive chain, when they make him singularly important, when it is all-inclusively important, and Source is reveling and benefiting by the evolution of all species, you see. So as a human, as you get focused in your time-space reality and you meditate and release resistance, or appreciate and release resistance, as you rampage appreciation and positive aspects and release resistance, and tune to the frequency, to that reverberation that is so subtle, you really got to tune yourself to it, because it's not a guitar or a bass fiddle with those big bold tones going out for everyone to hear. It's subtle. And when you tune yourself to the subtlety and the perfection of this source energy consciousness, then you have access to the knowledge of the one-celled amoeba. You feel the well-being and confidence of that. You have access to the vision of the eagle, who it is said can see the mouse or rabbit from 2 miles. In other words, you have the benefit of all of this ability to see and hear and smell and taste and touch and feel simultaneously. Source is not deprived. And as a human, you don't need to deprive yourself either, because you have the ability to access what Source knows and know it too. Jerry has been explaining to Esther, because these questions are so big for her. She wants to know what it's like from that non-physical vantage point. And Jerry's trying to explain to her that in non-physical, there is a deciphering of energy that is so much more than the deciphering you do with your eyes and ears and nose and in other words, more than the deciphering into your physical senses. There's a deciphering of energy that is delicious and dramatic and dynamic and satisfying, almost beyond physical description. Esther's going after it every day. She's asking. She's wanting to get a sense of it. And each time she gets a sense, she's writing a little more about it. She wants Jerry and Abraham to explain to all of you who are physically focused the perfection of that broader perspective. And the thing that's interesting when we attempt to explain it to humans is that it is so necessary that you weave all of that knowledge back through your human physical perspective that you limit your ability to hear the string, even though it's playing very loudly.
Thank you. Yeah, I really miss Jerry's humor, and it's
well, Esther doesn't, because it's here all the time.
Yeah.
In other words, for a while she was missing it, but now she is finding it, and his ability to intertwine with her humorously is more than ever before, because she has his undivided attention. She has his undivided attention. And so that cleverness has many more opportunities in a day to express itself in meaningful ways, you see.
Understood.
Yes, you do.
Thanks.
It's an interesting thing. Just by saying, I missed something, you hold yourself apart. What Esther is discovering, and it really is the point of this conversation, this wonderful conversation that we just had, she's discovering that manifestations are less subtle. That's why someone wants a hug. Manifestations are less subtle. Vibrational interpretation of energy is more subtle. But the better you get at it, the less subtle it is. The better you get at it, the more the grid fills in with things that are less subtle. But our message to you is that if you will enjoy the subtlety, if you will listen for the string that you think you cannot hear, and train yourself to hear that which is not the obvious, your world will become so much more, you see. Because what's out here on the leading edge, while it's less subtle, it's also more common and less leading edge, and ultimately less satisfying. You heard that. Do you understand how leading edge you are? Do you realize that thousands of people just now understood something in a clearer fashion than you've ever understood it before, and that the universe expanded because of your understanding? And more important, your personal experience is forever enhanced, forever changed as a result of that one understanding that just took place. Co-creating at its best. We saw it coming. Expansion is delicious, yes? Joyce, expansion is divine. Is all expansion joyous? Expansion is taking place. Joy is optional. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. We are wanting to leave it in this place of understanding. We want you to feel the fullness of that which you are and the fullness of that which you are and provide for us. We want you to know that life is supposed to feel good for you. One day Esther was reaching for Jerry and trying to figure out where he is. And she said to him, I want to know what it's like for you. What are you thinking and what are you doing and where are you? And as long as she was trying to find him out there in some place she does not understand, she couldn't find him. That's what made her feel grief. She couldn't find him because he's somewhere that she doesn't understand, doing stuff she doesn't know, or at least she thought. And then we helped her to understand, and so did he. After a while of looking someplace where he is not, when she realized that he's not out there doing other things, he's in here doing these things, that this really is the leading edge where the interest of non-physical is. Do you follow that? The interest of non-physical is right here with you on your leading edge. And when Esther looked for him here, she found him. There will never be an energy more interested in what is going on here than Jerry. Feel him. Esther has a friend who sees energy. Esther can feel it. Esther can hear it. This friend sees it. And she describes Jerry as being here with Esther. Sometimes he absorbs right into her. Esther feels that when it happens. She describes him as moving back and forth between Mark and Esther. Mark senses him. Sometimes he comes so fully on the stage, Mark looks, he thinks one of you is running up on the stage. Subtle. Non-physical is subtle. You have to train yourself to the subtleness of the energy. But it is our promise to you that when you train yourself to the subtlety of vibration and you translate it consciously through your understanding of emotion, you will then and only then be the whole being that you came here to be, you see. Otherwise, you're out here on this raw and ragged edge, depriving yourself of the fullness of who you are and looking for manifestations to buoy you up, and it is backwards. We've enjoyed this interaction immensely, and we want you to know that there is great love and appreciation here for that which is you. And we want you to know that that which is you and that which is us is not different. We started to say we will leave you, but then that is never true. We want you to know that we see you in the fullness of that which is you, from our perspective that is within the vortex. And that when you reach for the feeling of that which is us, you must join us in the vibrational frequency of your vortex. And when you do, you've established that grid that will fill in with the evidence that you are seeking. Not just the evidence of dearly departed, but the evidence of the dollars that you seek, the evidence of the physical wellness that you seek, the evidence of the clarity that you seek, the evidence of the lover that you seek, the evidence of the opportunities that you seek, the evidence of the deliciousness of life moment by moment. Not just a peak experience where you've planned for a vacation and off you go, but peak after peak after peak after peak all day long as the convergence of that which is you and you are having conversations with someone that your grid has brought into your experience to revel in the deliciousness of co-creation. It is co-creating at its best. The fairies of the universe converging with you toward what end? This joyful moment, and this joyful moment, and this joyful moment, and this joyful moment, and this one, 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 and this one. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain in the vortex.